Have you ever noticed something strange? We've never been more connected. And yet, loneliness seems to be everywhere. Every morning starts the same way. Notifications, messages, reels, memes, group chats, a screen full of activity, a screen full of people. And somehow, many of us still feel alone. Not physically alone, that's normal. Emotionally alone. And that's different. Because nobody really prepared us for that. Technology promised connection. It promised that we'd never feel isolated again. But somewhere along the way, something unexpected happened. We became connected to everyone. And close to almost no one. Think about your day for a second. You probably see hundreds of faces. Friends, creators, influencers, strangers. You know what they're eating, where they're traveling, what they're buying, what they're thinking. Sometimes you even know their life story. But here's the uncomfortable question. How many people truly know yours? That's where the illusion starts to crack. Because being surrounded by people isn't the same thing as feeling connected to them. And deep down, most of us already know that. The human brain wasn't built for this. For thousands of years, connection looked very different. It was eye contact, shared moments, long conversations, awkward silences, real presence. Today, we spend more time watching people than actually being with them. We scroll through lives. We observe experiences. We consume personalities. But we rarely participate. And over time, something subtle begins to happen. Your brain starts receiving social signals. Without receiving social fulfillment, you're getting exposure, not connection. It's like standing outside a restaurant every day, looking through the window, smelling the food, watching everyone eat, but never sitting down at the table yourself. At first, you don't notice it. Then the feeling slowly appears. You stay online longer. You get distracted more easily. Your attention feels scattered. Your mind feels restless. And for some reason, you can't explain why. The strange part is that loneliness today doesn't always feel like loneliness. Sometimes it looks like endless scrolling. Sometimes it looks like binge-watching videos late at night. Sometimes it looks like checking your phone every few minutes. Even when nobody has messaged you. Because what you're really searching for isn't content. It's connection. And social media accidentally turns that search into a loop. You feel lonely. So you open an app. You scroll. You compare. You feel a little worse. Then you scroll again. And again. And again. Until hours disappear. A cycle begins. One that's become surprisingly normal. But the most dangerous part isn't the loneliness itself. It's adaptation. Humans can adapt to almost anything. Even emotional emptiness. Eventually, you stop expecting deep conversations. You stop expecting genuine connection. And little by little, likes begin replacing conversations. Views begin replacing validation. Notifications begin replacing belonging. But your brain knows the difference. A notification isn't a friendship. A follower isn't a relationship. And an audience isn't a community. That's why someone can have 10,000 followers and still feel invisible. Because the human brain doesn't measure connection through numbers. It measures it through something much simpler. Being seen. Being understood. Feeling like you matter to someone. And no algorithm, no matter how advanced it becomes, can fully replace that. Maybe that's why so many people feel exhausted lately. Not because they're disconnected from the internet, but because they're connected to the internet, while feeling disconnected from each other. So before this video ends, think about this. When your battery dies, when the notifications stop, when the screen finally goes dark, who remains? Because that answer says more about your life than any follower count ever could. And if this video made you pause for a moment, if it made you see something you hadn't noticed before, then hit the like button. It helps more people discover conversations like this. And if you're curious about the hidden psychology behind modern life, dopamine, attention, habits, loneliness, and the invisible forces shaping human behavior, subscribe to Logic and Habits. Because once you understand how your mind works, you start seeing the world differently.